This segment is brought to you by Trapp Chevrolet. We're always on your side. Hello again, everyone. I'm Martin Folse, and on a very sad note, I come to you today to talk about the passing of Allyce Elizabeth Trapp. And of course, I also must smile, and it does bring joy to talk about Elise, because I was privileged, as me and Queen Therese Duplantis had Elise as one of our maids in the 2011 Mardi Gras court. What a joy she was to be around. She was one of a kind, and everyone who was around her knows that. Of course, Elise is the daughter of Hanky and Susan Trapp, her brother John, and her husband, Wilson Alexander. And I know all of them are grieving today, but as Hanky would say, and a lot of people would say, the 31 years she spent around everyone, what a joy she brought to their lives. As I think back to the 2011 year, I can truly say that to have Elise on our court was a gift. And the reason I say gift is because her kindness, her appreciation, her laughter, her love, her genuineness, her fun-loving nature, her simplicity, and yes, her class were evident to all. I must say that Hanky and Susan did very well. I looked up the meaning of Elise this morning, and it fit her like a glove. The name Elise carries connotations of grace, dignity, elegance, and is often associated with royalty. That was Elise. I saw in the obituary that she won the Fashion Award her senior year at Vanderbilt Catholic. How do you win a fashion award when everyone has uniforms? But Elise found a way to duty up that uniform, and thus she won the Fashion Award her senior year at Vanderbilt. That was Elise. When I was around Elise at the many parties we had while I was the king of Houmas, I can truly say that Elise was class to the core. She knew how to act, represent, and mix in the fun that goes with Mardi Gras. Her fun was contagious to all that were around her. She was not only fun, she was smart, beautiful, elegant, and bright. That's how her family described her. That's how her friends knew her. Let me read you part of her obituary that you will get a clear picture of who Elise Trapp really was. Quote, Elise could talk to anybody about anything. She was loyal and sweet, with trademark blonde bangs and an infectious energy that drew people to her. When she sent handwritten notes, she sealed the envelopes with wax stamps. She always gave her friends and later their kids a gift on their birthdays. Elise was diagnosed with angiosarcoma in 2024. The future was riddled with uncertainty, but Elise took on the challenge with faith and passion. She trusted in God and fought nonstop for 16 months. According to her family, her strength inspired all of them, and quite a few other people along the way. I texted Hanky and Susan on several occasions during this tough time, as many of you also did. I can only imagine what Hanky, Susan, John, and her husband Wilson, and all of the family and friends had to endure. Elise's time with us, although short, taught us all what life should be. Trust in God and accept what God has in store. When she was close to the end, Elise told one of her dear friends, and I quote, I've lived a lot of life in 31 years, and I have no complaints. When I think of Elise, I can only think of great things. How many of us can go through life where everyone else thinks of us and can only come up with great things? Well, that's Elise. Let me tell you a few of them that I thought of today. Great daughter, great sister, great granddaughter, great niece, great friend, great person, great student, and great employee. And yes, she was a great addition to our royal court in the year 2011. Now she is, in no doubt, part of God's royal court. The color she experienced in 2011, no comparison to what she is experiencing now. I'm sure, as it's been described in the past, the brilliant lights, the waterfalls, the brilliant colors. Elise went up quickly. There's no doubt in my mind, and everyone around her that knew her knows that her faith in God and her contagious spirit, I'm sure she's a favorite as she has moved into heaven quite quickly. I will forever be grateful for having got to know Elise a little better during our Mardi Gras season of 2011, and I'm sure everyone involved in that season is a little better because they knew Elise. Our condolences, of course, go out to the entire Trapp family, her husband, and all of her dear friends and family that so loved Elise Trapp. May she rest in peace.